Good morning everyone. I welcome you all to the hymn tutorials. How are you all? I hope you all are fine over there. So let's begin today's session as we are doing second chapter microorganisms, and today under the main heading microorganisms we are going to do the subtopic food preservation. But before moving further, I would like to highlight some of the things about microorganisms. As the word microorganism explain itself on its own, microorganism is combination of two words. Micro means small and organism mean any structural organization which is capable of doing life activities. Micro, not only small but extremely small, and if anything is extremely small, then naturally it can't be seen with the naked eye. And if anything is like there which can't be seen with the naked eye, it means it requires some scientific instrument which is called as microscope. Microscope is also a combination of two words. Micro means small and scope means to see. So anything which is used to see microorganism, that instrument is called as microscope, and the scientists which study the microorganisms are called as microbiologists. So this is a very brief highlight about the word microorganism. Let's check that in how many categories these microorganisms are being divided. First is bacteria. Second is fungi. Third is algae. Fourth is protozoa. And the fifth one is virus. Bacteria are the most primitive one, but you will be surprised to know that something is there which is more primitive than bacteria, and it is the ancestor of all of us. You may include in it plants, animals, humans, everything on this earth. You may include in it that thing is the ancestor of all the things which are present on the earth, and that is archaea. So bacteria are the most primitive organisms. Fungi are the plant-like, but they are non-green. So they have their food from dead and decay organic matter. Algae are plant-like. Protozoa are animal-like organisms, microorganisms, and virus word means actually poison. So these microorganisms are the most dangerous one, and they act as a connecting link between living and non-living organisms. So this is about the main 5 categories as bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa and viruses. Now let's discuss that if we can't see them with the naked eye, then in what type of habitat and what other factors do they have? If they can't be seen with the naked eye, then very big question is that where do they exist? So you will be surprised to know that they will exist in almost all kinds of environment, even in soil, air, and most probably there are 2 conditions which are more important for because there are a number of conditions which are required for the proper growth of the microorganisms, but mainly I will discuss to just brief out that 2 things are more important for the growth of the microorganisms on any medium. The first one is moisture, and the second one is temperature. Moisture means the possibility of water content in the air. So water content in the air means the amount of water vapor. More the amount of water vapor, more is the moisture and more is the chance for the growth of the microorganisms. So this is the most important condition for the growth of the microorganisms. Second is temperature. So microorganisms can grow in wide range of temperatures, and you will be again surprised that there are number of species of microorganisms which can exist from minus degrees to many plus degrees, means very cold condition to very hot conditions. But a general range in which microorganisms grow themselves very easily, that is from 20 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. And if you check, then in different books different range would be given to you, because microorganisms is a very big group and different type of species are present there, because there are 5 groups. So you may find out number of temperatures range over there. Now microorganisms, we have discussed small organisms seen with the microscope, and also they are categorized in 5 categories, and also again they require 2 things, that is moisture and temperature. But still the question is this: if they are so small and they can't be seen with the naked eye, so do we feel them? So answer to this question is that as I am standing before here in front of you, the air which surrounds me contains number of organisms, number of microorganisms. These microorganisms are on my hand this time, on my clothes, on this board. Every stuff which is present here has got microorganisms, but they can't grow. Why they can't grow? Because they require 2 main conditions. First, I have discussed that the moisture content, and second is the temperature. So that season which is very favorable for the growth of the microorganism is summer, and second one is the rainy season. Along with this, I would like to add here that these microorganisms grow on some medium, and up to that time they are not getting medium to grow, they remain inactive, and when they are inactive they are enclosed in a covering that is called as cyst. As soon as they got the favorable conditions to grow, or with the favorable conditions they got the medium to grow, then this cyst ruptures out, break out, and the microorganisms start living in that medium. So let's check that these microorganisms are harmful for us or they are useful for us. So I will discuss with you, because I am only just briefing out. So I am giving you only 2 examples, and with that examples you will be understood that they are useful or they are harmful. As I am dividing the board into 2 forms, 2 parts, A activity and B activity. In A activity, what we are discussing that your mom cooks food for you daily, but especially in the summer season and the rainy season, if that food is left out by mistake by your mother overnight outside the refrigerator, then in the morning what will happen? You will see that the dal or any food stuff which she has cooked for you, the taste, texture and the smell of that was changed. So what she has done? She had cooked food for you. The food is left outside, and left outside at night, and in morning the taste, the texture, the smell is changed. So what is happening here? Is there any magic? No, there is no magic here. There is the action of microorganisms. Whole night up to the morning, microorganisms have got the medium. Also in the season of summer and rainy, they got the 2 conditions, main conditions, that is temperature and moisture. So they grow easily, and as they grow easily on the food, they are going to change the taste, texture and the smell of that food. So what is happening there? if you taste a pinch of that dal or pinch of that food, it will be some, it will be something like that which you can't want to eat. So actually what is happening there, that food is got spoiled by the action of microorganisms. So the food is spoiled by the action of microorganisms. If we discuss about the bee activity, in bee activity, again your mother is practicing curdling of milk, means she is going to make curd from the milk. So when she is going for the curdling of milk, what she does? She takes the milk, she warms the milk up to the room temperature, a little bit more than that. She add a pinch of curd in it, and by the morning that milk totally changes to curd. Why this is happening? Let's see. Curdling of milk. By adding little bit of curd. Actually this little bit of curd is having a bacteria which is called as lactobacillus. And up to the morning, this milk got changed into curd. As curd is healthy food for us, so hence it is proved that due to the action of microorganisms here, the curd as a healthy food we got, and here it is proved that microorganisms are good for us. But if we go back to the A activity, it is proving that the microorganisms can harmful for us also. So microorganisms are acting in both, as giving good results also and giving both bad results also to us. So as here you have seen in activity A that the food is spoiled up to the morning, and if we consume this spoiled food, then this spoiled food will harm our body, and that condition is called as food poisoning. So how irrelevant term is this? That food is poison, because poison we know that it is something that can take our life away from us. So due to the action of microorganisms, the food is spoiled, and then contaminated food if we intake, it will lead to the food poisoning. And this food poisoning can have very ill effects on our health, and it may also lead us to die if the conditions are not under our control. So this food poisoning is very bad. Along with this, I want to add here that if you want to get rid of this food poisoning, then we have to go for such methods by which we can preserve our food, because this food poisoning is not only just harming us but also leads to wastage of food. Now scientifically I want to discuss that actually what the organisms are doing. Microorganisms, when they enter into the food, they undergo chemical reactions, and due to that chemical reactions, the food poisoning, or you can say the spoilage of food take place, and due to intake of that spoiled food or contaminated food, food poisoning happens. So that method which can help us to get rid of from this food poisoning, wastage of food, that is called as food preservation.